Okay, listen, I don't care how this video comes across because we have a lot of undoing to do. It's pretty hard to communicate with women when you've watched so many dating videos and then your mind is sitting there every 2 seconds going, oh, did that sentence over-validate? Did that over-validate her? Should have I said that? Was that the right thing to be in frame? All of this stuff that guys do is literally holding them back. And a lot of the videos you probably watch completely just crush your social skills. You know, for example, my brother made a video on his channel. I'll put a screenshot of it right here. He titled it something like
He specifically titled it, Why Red Pill Men Attract Less Women. My take as Casey Zander's brother.
You can check out his video or his channel too. For those of you who don't know, like, I have a brother, you know, and he's noticed some of this stuff too. So like, another thing I'm going to tell you is I've seen a lot of like other influencers try to talk about these masculinity concepts and their specific attitude and demeanor. They're constantly yelling, constantly reactive or reacting to another piece of content, getting angry and frustrated. And the vocal tone is just so reactive. Like, that's not going to help you, you know, constantly getting mad over stuff. So I really looked at everything that's going on in the dating world right now. And from an outside perspective, I really believe there's 5 blind spots that men have with women. I believe that there's 5 blind spots specifically. So the first thing that I want to tell you, or that I want to talk to you about, is hypergamy. Number 1, this is the first blind spot. Hypergamy is a combination, okay, of alpha and beta. So to satisfy a woman's hypergamy, it is a combination. And the reason being is because the masculine is dad, okay? Women know on a subconscious and conscious level that intimacy and romance and one thing leading to the next into the bedroom, like, that is reproduction, and reproduction equals family. So family, okay, equals dad. Well, what does that mean? Dad is not just this like assertive, arrogant prick 24/7. And I feel like that's the demeanor that a lot of the like current manosphere coaches or whatever, red pill, whatever you want to call it, has. Like, dad is actually loving and protective. So sure, dad is assertive, dad is strong, dad is confident, but dad is also loving. Okay, and this is a thing that most guys don't have, because you've probably consumed too many videos that have essentially rotted your brain in actually understanding how to be a normal dude with social skills, a normal dude who can actually talk to somebody without the net outcome needing to be, was that sentence in frame? Was that too reactive? All this stuff. Okay, you need to actually loosen up a bit to actually internalize this stuff. A woman's hypergamy is a combination. This is why you're going to notice, like, you can take a look for yourself. The dudes who are like most assertive with this like mentality a lot of times of like, you know, the most muscle and I'm the strongest and most dominant demeanor, these guys never have the most attractive women. The most attractive women constantly go for guys who are like the pretty boy type, or dudes who have a combination of both, where it's like, yes, he's assertive, he's strong, but he also is like loving and he would be good to be with. So like, that's, you have to remember, is like, her emotions don't want to completely feel at all times that like this is just one-sided, where it's like you're only so assertive, where it's like you have no other if you want to call it soft skills, that's fine. You have to have both. Dad is both loving and protective, because the archetype of dad is family, okay? And women know this. Like, this is not even something that has to be explained. This is like blatantly obvious common sense. Number 2, okay, the second blind spot that most guys have is this. Okay, they don't understand this concept. If you're a dad, okay, the kids, okay, react to dad. Dad does not react to the kids. Well, how do you know this to be true? Because look what happens. If you do react to the kids, what happens? People look at you and they go, bad dad. If the kid throws a temper tantrum and dad completely loses his cool and starts screaming at the kid and hollering and all this stuff and completely loses composure, the dad looks like a man-child, okay? And everybody is able to look at that dude and go, bad dad. We can see that there's no emotional control, okay? Well, the same goes for if you're dating a woman. If you're dating a woman and you're constantly reacting to her, by default, she's no longer going to trust your judgment. She's no longer going to trust your behavior. This is why even the simplest things, such as like, you know, where do you want to go eat tonight? badly framed dynamic. If you switch it to, let's go get sushi tonight, she is now reacting to your decision or your lead. This is just very, very simple stuff. Okay, so the second blind spot that guys have, or that guys don't even see, is like the kids react to dad. Dad doesn't react to the kids. And if dad does react to the kids and starts getting really reactive and loses his composure, people look at him and go, bad dad. The same goes for when you're dating a woman. So if you're constantly reacting to her, hey, where are you going? Hey, why are you home 5 minutes late from work? Hey, what's going on? Are we going to do this? Are you doing this Saturday? What's your schedule like? You're constantly reacting to her and her life and what she's doing. She looks at you and she goes, bad fit. Bad boyfriend, weak boyfriend, okay? She looks at you and she goes, not a good man. A good man is a man who has his life on point first, and that's his like sole focus. And with or without her, he does the same day-to-day tasks, behaviors, routines that allows him to excel forward. Okay, so that's the second blind spot that most guys just have, is like, you can't be reacting to her. You'll even notice this. If you try to ask a woman questions over text message, could be your girlfriend of 6 months to a year, doesn't matter. She most likely will not answer them. If you say, hey, where are you at? Or what time will you be home? A lot of times she might even skip over that and go to the next message. Like, women just hate answering questions like that, because what you're going to notice is it shows you're reacting to what she's doing. And subconsciously she gets turned off and she goes, why isn't he just worried about what he's doing? That's just how it goes. Number 3, the third blind spot men have, okay, if you constantly dismiss how she feels, she'll think that you're a bad partner and she'll leave you. Most men are too scared to admit this, especially if all you do is watch so much dating content, is you think that like everything is basically like one side or the other. Like you're either on one side of the extreme of like, no, never care about how she feels, or it's like you think you have to completely turn into like a simp who just like is overly emotional and validates. It's like, no, there's a middle ground. There's a middle ground with everything. If you constantly just dismiss how she feels completely and you don't ever acknowledge it, I'm not saying you have to totally turn into a mush ball and be so nice and all of a sudden, just act like, oh, baby, this, baby, please don't feel bad. No, you don't have to completely go so soft, but it's like, if you don't acknowledge how she feels at all, you're going to be looked at as a bad partner. Just like if you had a bad day at work or something. Like, listen, if you focus only on dating dynamics, sure, you can get laid, but eventually you're 6 months into that relationship, 12 months into that relationship, 18 months into that relationship. You're not going to be able to just constantly every sentence micromanage all this weird shit. You're just not going to. Normal life starts to kick in. So if you constantly dismiss how she feels, the equivalent would be if you came home and you had a bad day from work, you had a bad day at the office, and you need 20, 30 minutes to decompress as you get home, and she's not letting you do that or wanting you to do that or giving you bad behavior for that or acting really rude, well then that's not a good partner either. So like both people, when you're together, yes, there has to be an element of love where you two both are going to be nice and good to each other. And if you're not nice and good to each other, it's not going to last. Like I don't understand why it's so hard for dudes to understand this. Another thing is like you have to understand that there's context to everything. So if you hear something where it's like never validate a woman, it's like, sure, what's the context? The context is maybe you've been dating for 6 weeks. Pretty pointless to start validating all the things you like about her. But if you're 18 months into a relationship, or if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, or let's say you two are starting a family and you never validate one another or compliment each other or make each other feel good, it's super weird. Like, I hope that this video starts to ingrain more normal social skills so stuff isn't so weird when you're dating. Like, that's what I mean is I think a lot of the red pill concepts have made dudes literally become weird. Like, you're just sitting there weird because you don't know what to do or what to say anymore. And that's what I'm trying to help you with, and I'm trying to fix this. So if you constantly dismiss how a woman feels, she'll eventually think you're a bad partner and she'll leave you. Number 4, you have to understand this. This is the next blind spot. Men thrive in routine and women don't. Women just don't. Women find routine boring. Men thrive in routine. Routine helps you build your body and you get jacked. Routine helps you become a millionaire and you build your business. Routine lets you become successful. Routine lets you overcome mental challenges or hurdles that you once had so you can prove to yourself through actual real life action that you can overcome challenges. Routine to women is boring. I'll give you an example. With the woman I'm dating, we go out last night and we went and we got sushi. So we're sitting there and it's a spot we've been to for quite some time. Like we've probably been there 3, 4, 5 times over the past like 6 months, I'd say. Okay. Now we've tried all the sushi rolls for the most part and we know which ones are the best ones. So I like to get the same one every single time. But every single time we go out to eat anywhere, okay, I've noticed this, and this isn't just her, like this is a lot of women you're going to notice. Women want to try new things. Even if they know that that's the best one or they know that that's good, there's always that what if factor. What if this is better? Because there's choice. This is also why it's so hard for women to consolidate on a man, because they're spoiled for choice and there's so many options. But you're going to notice the same behavior, okay? Choice and the ability to see options with anything. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because number 4, you cannot be boring. Maybe this night you go to a movie. Maybe this night with her you go get sushi. Maybe this night you guys go for a walk. Maybe this next week you guys go for a 15-mile bike ride. Like, you got to have a combination. So the 15-mile bike ride, that might be effort. That was a fun, exciting activity because there was effort. If you two go to the movie theater and you watch a movie, that might be leisure. That might be decompressing, okay? If you two rent a boat and you go get some sun, that might be a pleasureful experience and you guys invite friends. Whatever the case may be, you want to be dynamic, okay? Really important. And another way that you're not boring is by having hobbies and interests that you do solo. Me, I'm into archery. So naturally, the woman I'm dating, right? Then she got a bow too, and now we shoot bow together. Okay, so that's just like a thing. Like, she'll take on your traits and your behaviors too, and your interests if you're truly you and you're truly passionate about them. But that's not happening right now because there's so many dating coaches right now that I think that most men are becoming like carbon copy clones of the dude that they're watching. And that is not the point of identity. If you even have that mindset where you're like, oh, I need to emulate the person I'm watching, dude, your approach is going to be so bad every single time because you're not you, okay? If you have the mindset where like you are more, let's say, logical and you like to get right down to the point and you don't care how your day is going, you don't care how that person's day is going, and you're more just like you like to get right down to it, then a direct approach might be better for you. Hey, I thought you were beautiful. I'd love to take you out sometime. Are you interested? You seeing anyone? You want to switch numbers? Some guys might go, oh, that's so bad. You gave so much value right up front. Dude, who cares? Stop thinking that all of this is so complex because it's not. It's not complex. You're a unique individual, which means you have a unique personality and a unique identity. The point of that approach would be the woman who actually likes you and likes you for you because she met you and she likes your vibe and your aura, she will say yes to that date. The women who don't like you would reject that approach, and that's good. It's good because you know that you don't vibe well with them. You want the woman to mesh with you who you mesh with because you were yourself. That's what I'm trying to get across. Point number 5, okay? A good woman for you wants to see you win, and she'll help you do so. She will help you do so. You have to understand this. Most men, okay, with all of the red pill topics that have came out over the past few years, I feel like have this like mindset where they think that like almost all women are just out to get them, and all women are just this, out for their own value and what they can get. And I personally haven't had that experience in life. I really haven't. And I think that I fundamentally believe that I have had a different dating experience based on either luck or who I am or who I've built myself into or the masculine traits that I have. So if that's what you're running into, where you notice that like, if that's what you're running into, where you constantly feel like the woman you're dating is just only out for herself and doesn't try to be nice to you, like that's the thing. If you're going to date a woman, the most important thing is that she's nice to you. And I know that sounds overly simplified, but it's really not. She has to like you and be nice to you. When you come home at the end of the day or when you go on that date, you want someone to be nice to you. Hey, how was your day going? Hey, it's so good to see you. Oh, I missed you so much. I love you so much. It has to be normal. If you don't have that dynamic, it's going to be very hard to win. So I believe that I have fundamentally had a different dating experience due to who I am compared to most guys. And if you run into that boat where you're like, I'm in the boat where I get treated really bad by women, then you need to make yourself more attractive until you don't. If you like this video, join us inside the community that I built. I'm going to help you learn, understand, and master the language of women inside of that community because I built a whole process, and I really want you to see it because I do believe I am the best in the space at teaching this stuff, because some of the testimonials or transformations or results that I've had over the years even shocks me. I look at them and I'm like, dude, that didn't happen to me. I'm glad that happened to you. I mean, amazing. So guys are taking the concepts and really winning. And I see it. I see it for myself. Right? So join us inside of that so I can actually help you.